And just on that, you come across here as truly, energy and passion and I guess the other theme and something that we want to talk about is this purpose. And I guess I call you a professor of purpose. So I'd be truly interested because it is a kind of buzzword out there right now. I
Oh, yes.
really enjoy your take on purpose, what it means, um, and how you do it the best.
So, so I grew up in church for a long. So I was an active member of the church till I was like 20, maybe 22, and it became agnostic, and I became atheist, which is like a weird little wind. And I live in a city that's very religious, and I come from a family that's pretty religious, and I have a lot of friends that are pretty religious, and I have friends from a lot of religious spectrums, and we talk about this. But then there's a flip side where I have a friend who's very depressed and deals with heavy depression, suicidal ideation, and they'll ask me why. And that's different. It's interesting when you talk to people who have religious certainty. We need to do this because there is certainty. But when you talk to somebody who suffers from great deals of depression and they're suicidal, and they'll tell you, I don't see the purpose to even exist. Usually you could say to somebody, well, don't you want to live? When that answer is no, it makes you think very deeply about what it means to exist. And so I actually had fallen in love with that person. And so it really, there's real tension there. So one day we were having a conversation and it hit me. For me, the most interesting thing about being a human is choice. You can decide that your purpose is whatever you want it to be, right? If you decide to live for Galapagos turtles, that's on you, right? And you can do that with as much passion as someone who is going to paint the Sistine Chapel, right? The really interesting thing about purpose is that it is simultaneously absolutely nothing at all and absolutely everything, right? Like it is nebulous. It is attached to nothing. It means nothing. It's completely arbitrary. For instance, somebody shoots at me and I won't, I'm like, oh, but my purpose, right? Like you're gonna die, right? It doesn't really matter how you feel about it. But because of all of that, you can aim at it and you can define what your purpose is for yourself. And you can march towards that purpose with as much energy as anybody marches towards anything. And so that for me has been a really driving force because it also allows me to release things that other people think are important.